good morning, all. Please introduce yourselves and tell us where you are speaking from and give us about 1 minute or so of what your company does and let us know what a good lead is for you. I'll call your name the way I see you on my screen, and I'll start out with Mr. Gerald Cowan.
Hello, everybody. Wide awake. I hope you've had a cup of coffee. I'm a lawyer, as you already know. I write wills and trusts. I am a fellow of the American College of Trust and Estate Counsel, and because of that, I have attorneys that I know all over the country who specialize in estate planning, who are top of the rock in quality, because they're all peer-elected to the college. Occasionally I'll do a wrongful death or a serious injury case, and I'm looking for athletes to represent in the basketball arena. I have not had a lot of success there, but I'm still trying. It's a hard market to break into. So if your next door neighbor is related to Dirk Nowitzki, let me know, and I'll try to get him a job. That's all for me. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Gerald. Nick Sullivan, please.
Well, good morning, everyone. Nick Sullivan, Business Solutions. Yeah, what do owners look for? They look for more profits and cash flow. I help identify federal programs that can help with that. They hire employees, purchase buildings. They do any research and development. I'm meeting later today with a company that is a startup. They came up with a revolutionary technology for a protective vest for policemen, so they could be eligible for a number of credits. They're hiring veterans, they're hiring, buying a warehouse, they're doing obviously with research and development. So there's multiple areas where we could put money into their business. So any business like that that wants to take a look to see what's available, it's all in contingency. Also, I'm focusing in on hotels and hospitality. They can often capture multiple areas in these programs. Again, it's Nick Sullivan, Sullivan Business Solutions.
Yeah, I want to add real quick that you don't need to have a whole lot of people to be eligible for some of these benefits too.
You just have to hire one employee, you might qualify. So.
Exactly right. Jerry Luco.
Good morning, everybody. Jerry Luco with Franchise Business Source. I help aspiring franchisees find that absolutely perfect fit franchise business that gets them money, lifestyle, and everything that they've been dreaming of. Not everybody wants to start from scratch and reinvent the wheel, and a franchise business gives you both a safety net and a playbook of previous successes that if you follow it, chances are you're going to do pretty well. Yeah, I am kind of investigating speaking engagements and would actually really like to be introduced to economic development managers or, people that work for the city that are trying to bring businesses in to see if we could partner in some way to help bring awareness to franchise opportunities.
Thank you, Jerry. Gloria Thomas, please.
Good morning, everybody. Gloria Thomas with Secret Direct. We are your lifestyle company. We help you look better, feel better, and experience the world. We offer so many services, but today I want to zero in on services for direct contact. Anybody who has a beauty shop or a nail salon or fitness salon, anyone in that area, I'd be real happy to talk to them. Also, if you're planning your summer vacations, you may need to talk to me first. Again, Gloria Thomas with Secret Direct, and I'm coming from Columbus, Ohio.
Rhoda, please.
Good morning, all from Indianapolis. Rhoda Israelov with Say It For You. And I'm happy to welcome Jacob, whom I met on a network meeting. We write what you read when you go on our clients' websites. And I just heard Jerry Luco do something that I teach is a very good thing to do when you're telling a story of a business. She gave us two sort of catchphrases about what she did. It's the first time that I heard her do that, but it made things very clear to me. She said, if you buy a franchise, you have a safety net and a playbook. All of a sudden, just because she said those two things, what she did is very, very clear to me. And that's what we aim to do when we're writing a blog, to make clear, give them a sound bite that helps them understand what we do. So, Rhoda Israelov, and we say it for you.
And Jerry, you should get money from Rhoda for giving her good ideas. Okay.
I will give you a plug and a blog.
Plug and a blog. Don Vandersall, please.
And how do I follow that? Good morning, John Vandersall from Indianapolis. I'm a residential real estate agent with the FC Tucker Company. I office out of the Keystone on the Crossing branch. Live in South Broad Ripple and Meridian Kessler, and service Central Indiana buyers, sellers, and investors. This week I have a new listing in Lawrence. It's a small but mighty little condo. It's a 2-bed, 2-bath, and 2-car garage, priced at $109,700. It's in the Arbors. It needs all new everything. Paint, carpet, kitchen and bath, but it's priced nice where someone can move in, owner occupy, make updates themselves and build some equity, or there's even room to do those improvements and resell it with a small profit. So anyway, it's just a nice reminder that Indianapolis is old enough, and there's an old enough inventory that those remodels and updates are still possible. Yeah, I don't know. For all your real estate needs, talk to Tucker and call Vandersall.
Thank you, John. It's not as fancy as Rhoda's, but we'll nobody can follow that though. Adele, please.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for your patience. I'm Adele Bush, ASB Business Services LLC, coming to you live from Columbus, Ohio, to support Jacob. My business is ASB Business Services LLC. We do personalized, customized, and exclusive executive telephone outreach. We also do business research and prospect development. I love to do what most business owners do not like to do not have time to do, or not sure how to do it. So we can do the research, we can find those prospects for you, we can make the phone calls to connect you with those companies and individuals that will have a relationship with you and do business with you. Adele Bush with ASB Business Services LLC.
Thank you, Adele.
Thank you.
Not a problem. Hey, so what I want to make sure is if you're not speaking, could you cut your mic off so we don't get any background noise? Just want to take a reminder again, we're going to keep emphasizing that we want to put a lot more focus on networking, doing referrals, making sure that we get, COVID, we're going to have to learn to live with it one way or the other. So, we now need to get focused back on the commerce side of what this whole thing is about. So referrals, network, John gave me some information I'll be using as a referral. So, we want to emphasize that. The fact that we are across states, that really doesn't matter. If you know somebody that's a good person, they're a good person. I'm sure they'll figure out how to work with you, whether you're in Indiana, Ohio, Wisconsin. If it's something that we can sell or some way that we can support, Jacob will catch a plane anywhere. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to refocus us, make sure that we stay emphasized on Let's Talking Network. With that in mind, next week's speaker will be Gerald Cowell. He's one of our routine members. He's going to talk about his services. We need to just keep now refocusing on the fact that this is a commerce group. So with that being said, hey, just want to say thank all of you for showing up today. Our speaker this week will be Jackob Michaels. He'll introduce himself and his topic. With that, Jacob, you've got the floor. You're already made the co-host. It's now the Jackob Michaels Show.
Wow, haven't heard that one in a while. Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. As I was telling Keith at the beginning here, this is something very new to me. I haven't done presentations like this for years, other than your basic. Let me show you what your business is all about, what plan I've got for your business with videos and production. So bear with me, and I'm a little bird brain, so hopefully some good comedy falls out of there and nothing too bad. So essentially, in a nutshell, what I do is, as we were saying earlier, I'm a videographer, but above all else, what we seek to do is produce logistical quality content that has actual purpose. So many businesses make videos that have no purpose to them. They're just, in a way, and how the young kids say, it's a flex. Oh, we've got this new machine. Okay, where's the information on what it is? Oh, we provide these services, and it's got like a happy family. That's great, but where's the dream? Where's the how do we get there? And that's one of the big things I bring to my clients is a complete logistical plan. We pretty much sit down with their marketing team, or if they don't have one, we play the marketing team, completely script these things out, integrate them into a website, put them in with their SEO so it's all coherent. You're not getting what I like to call meatball Sunday in your marketing, something inconsistent. And then finally, we typically set up our clients with a advanced customer relationship management tool that we actually have proprietary that combines everything from email, SMS texting, Google reviews for your reputation management, and everything else into that. But now we're past the boring stuff. Essentially, if we're doing a metaphor, what we do is when we want you, when you basically give out your digital business card, to have something absolutely amazing happen right off the bat. We want it to ignite. We want it to be something that, oh, shit, sorry, I didn't notice that was happening. My bad. We want it to be that. We want people to have your brand, your message, and it is something amazing. It's something that just grips them right out the gate. Now we've got the flowery language out of the way. Let's do the kind of boring stuff, the PowerPoint. But I promise you, I'm not going to rely on a PowerPoint if you can't tell. Not my style. I want instead to show you some clips, give you some examples, and put my money where my mouth is. So let me go back here to the beginning. We were testing this earlier. Is that showing up for everybody? All right. So as I said, the point of today's topic that we've got here, creating great video quality video assets and how to utilize them. This is kind of an example of our business intelligence that we offer to our brand partners, such as Boss Display, various blue collar industries in the area, and some of the white collar industries as well, including some random orbiting businesses such as coffee businesses like Silverbridge Coffee out in Gallipolis, Ohio. If you haven't had a brew yet, you got to. Best stuff around. So the current landscape, obviously video is becoming more accessible to everybody. And it's something that a lot of businesses can and want to use to achieve targeted business goals. But the problem is they typically don't know how to use their video assets. Now, strange things to consider, we're so used to this video like we're looking at now, this 16:9 long TV style format. But 90% of video is now being viewed on mobile devices. So for your initial touch, to get the most real estate and the most grabbing of attention, you're going to need to factor that into whatever your strategy is going to be. Are you doing Facebook ads? Well, you know what Facebook loves? You know what Instagram loves? Square and vertical video. As you scroll, it takes the whole real estate. It captures your audience. And if this ad works and it's something you've tested and looks beautiful, all it does is just convey quality to your brand. One of the biggest things, just to summarize here, that I want everyone to take away, if your video looks like crap, your brand is going to be associated with that. And while that's a very subjective thing, I want to make sure that all of you know it's much easier to get quality video than you probably think. The big problems, like I said, 9 out of 10 small business owners I interviewed, actually, when I said, hey, have you done any video marketing? That's a very big question in our discovery interviews. They said, yeah, it failed. And then I said, okay, well, you do any logistical ads targeting, Facebook, Instagram? Yeah, 7 out of 10 said, yeah, we did, but we didn't get really anything out of it. We wasted hundreds of dollars in ad spend, thousands of dollars sometimes. And when I asked them why, it's because they didn't know how to use video assets that they created, or they didn't know how to utilize the targeting and the niche kind of things needed for Facebook and Instagram, or now LinkedIn, now YouTube ads to really get the right eyes on their content and give a darn about what they do. So, my solutions. Now, I should have had air quotes around solutions. This is just what we do, what we found works, and that's what I'm here basically to present to you. So first off, logistical video assets and strategies that work. It's all about creating a flow, right? It's not just one video. A true logistical flow, like one that we were going to create for like a mega corporation, has hundreds of videos. You're going to get a video when you to follow up. You're going to get a video when you don't follow up. You're going to get a video for everything. But not everyone has the resources and the revenue to devote to something like that. So where do you start? So the best place to start for any logistical funnel, say if you're an industry that you can use Facebook ads. Now, if you real estate guys, I understand. You don't want to use ads. You shouldn't. It's too risky in fair housing. You can't niche target demographic things, and it makes things difficult. But there are other solutions for that kind of industries as well that kind of have more natural organic traffic coming in on their own too. Things like video business cards, which we'll get to with brand message videos next. But let's give an example here. This is a quick video ad for a company called Mold Test Company, America's largest air quality testing company out of Georgia. And we produced this during the pandemic, right in the heat of it. I think this is about May when we produced this. So, well, for this ad at least, we can kind of see, because it's not letting me do full screen either, so it might just be this video. Well, so we don't have audio on this. We'll kind of glaze over this. So hopefully the next one does, because the next one's what we tested, I think. It might be because it's a vertical format on YouTube. But you wouldn't use this in this state, basically. This would be something you put into your Facebook ads manager, your Instagram ads manager. And as you can see, it's got a lot of text on it. You want to be careful. If you use more than 20% of your video to be text, Facebook's going to probably penalize you for that. So you have to learn what the algorithms are. But making a quality, catchy, nice ad. This one ran and was very successful. And it's selling a do-it-yourself, at-home mold testing kit. You swab the vent, put it in a specimen container and specimen bag, send it back in 3 to 5 days. They tell you the contaminants you have in your home, in your air, as well as provide you solutions under their umbrella of companies to basically help with your problem. So example right there of a vertical ad. Moving right along. This is the real sauce right here, the brand content video. So this is for that company I mentioned before. Silverbridge Coffee. If you haven't had Silverbridge Coffee out of Gallipolis, Ohio, get some. Fantastic fresh coffee roasters. So this is an introduction to your brand message, basically. What's your big why? Listen, you can make a video about your what. You can make a video about your who. You can make a video about blah, blah, blah. But if the why is not there, you're not going to connect with people as they're walking around their daily lives. They're not going to think about you when they look at something or they hear a story, right? It's the story that really brings them into your brand. It's how we process this information as people. We're constantly telling stories to ourselves to interpolate and understand reality and make deeper connections. So that being said, let's take a look at Silverbridge, and hopefully we have audio this time. Let me try taking your AirPods out and seeing if it can at least come through the computer audio here. All right. Every business wants a video. Something that showcases their business and gets their clients engaged. Problem is, generally once videos are produced, 9 out of 10 businesses say they don't find tangible results because they didn't know how to use their new video assets. That's why creating video assets with logistical intent, whether to showcase what a business does, connect deeper with clients, but of course, ultimately to achieve targeted business goals, is what we are interested in. Hi, I'm Jakob Michaels, owner of Life on a Lens Media. We are a bespoke media production, business intelligence, and marketing consultation firm in Columbus, Ohio. We've been very blessed to have an amazing array of clients ranging from big fish that everyone knows, like Spectrum Channel 1 News, to back-end specialists such as Boss Display, capturing their big who, what, when, where, and most importantly, why, that makes them remarkable. I started logistical media production because I was a struggling young business person trying to navigate the waters of an ever-changing world. As a business owner, I knew the importance of video and decided that one day
it was going to be the one focus of my marketing efforts to embed myself in the hearts and the minds of my clients. As time went on, I realized the initial frustrations of learning to operate a camera professionally, finding a quality team to execute my vision, crafting a strong strategic approach to getting clients' eyes on my media, and implementing that media in a space that led to results on a grand scale. We could just make you a video and let you have it, but that's not really what we do. Plus, we aren't interested in wasting your money in that way. What we are interested in is helping our brand partners soar above and beyond the competition while hitting targeted sales goals through remarkable media supported by a full logistical business intelligence plan. That's why we provide the full business intelligence, to get your content in front of the right eyes, implementation strategies to ensure the media is presented in a coherent way to entice your audience, and of course, direction as well as production of the stunning media showcasing your business to connect with your clients. So if you're a leader or business person looking to get more than just noticed in a noisy world, but to also build a logistical set of video assets to achieve targeted goals, then we highly recommend you reach out to schedule your own discovery interview below.
So there you go, folks. There's the example of my direct, which actually we need to update that because we now have added in the customer relationship tools, and that's something we didn't cover in this original script. But think about it. It's a video that it shows the big why. It tells why I do what I do. This in a way can be replaced with your digital business card as well. You know, what if you could just send a client a video that explains everything, the who, what, when, where, and of course the big why above all else about your business that connects with them on a level where you can actually begin to get them into your funnel and manage a relationship to build your client over time, right? Key cornerstone. Testimonial video story. This is something unique to what I do, I've noticed. Everyone wants testimonials. For example, everyone uses the text of, oh, so-and-so was great to work with, but, you know, and we recommend them. That's great. You see that all the time. But what if you had the full story as a testimonial, right? The process we utilize to take advantage of this, as we have in this clip, which we'll run through really quickly, and then we'll switch back. So I know I'm looking at the clock. I'm keeping an eye on my time here. And I want to make sure I'm in time for questions and all that. This is actually when the client I'm going to the Virgin Islands to shoot. They're a company called Boss Display. They make museum exhibits and for science centers and children's museums. So the water tables, if you have grandkids or kids or friends that have kids, you've seen the water tables where they go in and play and interact with the interactives on the water tables there. The air exhibits, they shoot a ball into a tube and it goes up and lands into whatever. They make this remarkable stuff. They start from people have a concept or a general like, hey, we want something like this. We don't really know what it could be. So they design that, fabricate it, install it, and then also do warranty work and maintenance on it for programs. They're right here in Columbus, Ohio, where I'm at. So this is my version of testimonial. I think instead of just having somebody say, oh, you know, Boss is great. They're so good. I would use them again. You can't tell them I'm doing this thing. It tells the full story because I stood behind the camera and actually interviewed this CEO of the museum to facilitate it, right? So for those of you that want to get better testimonials, first and foremost, learn to be an interviewer first. Learn to ask the right questions to get the full circle story of I was fine in life, and then the stormy seas hit. The problem arose. Oh, and then there's a light at the end of the, okay, I might have found something. And then maybe another piece of drama hits, but then ultimately leads to you. You were so easy to work with. You helped me navigate the storm and get back to a whole new island in paradise. That should be what your interview and what your sound bites you're pulling out should basically tell. So we'll take a quick look at this, give you an idea, and then we'll move on here.
So, you know, we decided to build a car wash exhibit right before COVID-19 came. So it was a no-brainer. We went to Boss. We wanted to work with Boss for a while, and so we didn't go out for RFP for this. We just decided we wanted to work. We knew what the products were. We knew what the exhibits were, and we just felt very strongly that that's what we wanted to do. They have a great reputation, and we just decided let's go to the best. And we did. Ron Benderson from Delta Sonic visited the museum, and we talked about doing a car wash. And as we started having conversation, I realized the car wash was really beneficial to being good stewards of our planet, meaning they filtrate water. Really, some places it's not really safe to wash your car in the driveway because it goes into oceans and rivers and streams and all that other. And so we started looking at, wow, how beneficial is a car wash? Besides it being cool and fun and for some kids a little scary, what was the benefit of really going through a car wash versus washing a car in your driveway? Basically, we had some space in the museum. The exhibit the car wash was in was actually another home. So we are in the area called Being Good Neighbors, and Being Good Neighbors is just what is happening around the community. We're a place-based museum, meaning we celebrate the fabric of Western New York. So when you go through here, you're seeing everything as it relates to Western New York, which sounds like, wow, wait a minute, how do they do it? But it really is great hands-on immersive fun play. And this was a home, and we decided, this would be a really good spot to do something different. It's a no-brainer for us to work with us. We did everything virtually. We built an exhibit virtually of this magnitude. I can only imagine what it could have been if we were working face to face. But I have to say, I don't think we missed a beat. So when we were working with Boss, it was a very easy relationship. I think it was great because we had a good rapport with each other. So we had a trust. Everyone wanted the product to end up being the best. So if Explore More was putting it in, we wanted it to be to a standard that exceeded expectations. And it was easy because we had a fabrication company out of Boss that met to our mission. So they wanted to exceed expectations. So it was very easy to work with somebody that it wasn't just a job. It was, okay, we've never done anything like this either. We've done water, we know it well, but let's look at this and let's make it the best it can be. So it was a very easy relationship because we both wanted to have the best product out there in terms of having an exhibit of this magnitude.
So once again, what could your business do? What would your clients say if you could interview them? What would be the story of your business? And what is the best highlight for it? For example, if you had a client they were a great person, they might be a phenomenal, have a great energy to them to speak, but they do the lowest and the most unique thing in your business that you don't really like to handle, you don't want to interview that person really. Maybe you do. Maybe you want a testimonial about how great your service is, but think about what is the story of your services and how can you make it a full thing so that testimonials aren't just singing praises, but it's a full, we took you through the storm and we brought you your island of paradise through our services, through our product, through our this or that. So, educational video. So once again, same thing. You're educating, not same thing, but you're educating people on your services. Now, this can come in two forms here. I've done both. They both work phenomenally. And I would say that the one we've got here, which is another just quickie, this is for a gutter company here in Ohio. These are actually my preferred clients, the blue-collar clients, because they're salt-of-the-earth people. They says what they means. And I can get them business out the wazoo. Between logistical ads, leads of content like this and brand content, it's a no-brainer for them. Then the customer relationship management software makes their job so much easier too, because there's so much automation to it. And we even go as far as finding them VAs to take over that. So this educational video, for example, would be, well, let's have a look. It basically would, in this case, explains the basic gutter removal service and everything. I'm keeping everyone awake, by the way. I'm not killing you at videos. I'm an engaging host. Give me a thumbs up. I'm an engaging host. I can see you. Is that a so-so over there, Keith? Yeah. Oh, there we go. We'll take it. So real quick, we'll run through this one, and we'll get to how you guys can benefit from this.
Hello and welcome to Columbus. We are Gutter Masters. We're here on site. We're going to be looking at a job where we're going to be removing 5-inch gutters and we're going to be replacing them with 6-inch gutters. When I arrived on site here, the gentleman had told me that there was a lot of overshoot and a lot of overflow with his gutters. We looked at the situation where, as you can see, the gutters and the roof line, really there shouldn't be an issue, but with all the foliage and everything, his gutters fill up really fast. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to give him a larger trough size and we're going to add some of our gutter protection on top to keep the leaves and debris from clogging up his gutters. So got the guys on site right now. They're actually starting to tear off some of the existing gutters. What we do is when we remove the gutters, we will check the fascia, make sure that that fascia is still solid. Then when we get to rehang, we know that we're putting our gutters back on something that is solid. In the event that they do run into something that is rotted or just won't actually let the gutters adhere to the home, then we do a wood replacement. So we'll actually replace as little as 2 feet or as much as the entire run. So these gutters here were put up with probably the original of the house. They have the gutter spikes going through them. What we'll use is more of a hidden hanger system, which actually will lock onto the lip of the gutter. And then there's a bracket on the back side that locks onto the back of the gutter, and then a screw that goes in at an angle to give it that much more rigidity.
Same thing again. Thinking about it. Oh, we went out of the presentation mode, didn't we? Thinking about it again, what can you do to educate your clients? Now, in this case, this is going over a service, obviously. But I think the best education content you can give is something where you can give value to your people, right? So, for example, when I was still working in the magic world more, and I had a channel for magicians, and I was selling them products that was magic effects I created. I know this just gets absolutely deeper down the weird rabbit hole of things I've done to make money in the past. What I used to do is have a YouTube channel where I would give away tons of nuggets. I'd go out and I'd interview other magicians. I was traveling all over the place for that too. And things I'd give away is how to light your home studio, maybe even just your kitchen, to make it look good. Affordable solutions for that. Something that adds value. Now, we have a whole series of these planned where I'm currently going to be moving home here in the next month, and we have a whole studio space devoted to my new home, the upper level. So there'll be a lot of those pieces of content coming out for me, for people that just basically want to learn to shoot better videos, maybe on a budget, maybe they're just getting started and they can't actually afford a professional, but keep an eye out for those when they come up. That'll be on my YouTube channel, the Jackob Michaels channel. So, luckily for y'all, there is no more videos to watch. So you guys we get to talk and have a good time. So producing quality video assets, I want to first off say, accept your $1,500 iPhone isn't good enough. I love people who go, oh yeah, but the iPhone's video is so great. Listen, I've got a 12 Pro Max. But if you think I'm going to shoot a piece of something that's going to represent my brand that's not just a social media piece on this phone, you are wrong, sir. There's no, now listen, you can use it for that, but you still have to learn how to set it properly. If you're just going tap, put on a tripod, record, your colors are probably blown out. Your sound probably sounds terrible because you're just going through the audio on the mic and it's probably 5 feet away from you. Moral of the story, use what you can. Don't take this as a knock for those of you that are using iPhones, then that's all you do for your brand content. I'm just saying, start thinking about, if your brand content looks like it's shot on an iPhone, what does that say without saying about your business? Right? It's like we were talking earlier. This Zoom setup I've got right now looks really nice because I know a lot of videographers that get on Zoom and it doesn't look this nice at all. It's just the camera out of their MacBook, or sometimes I'll see them and they're using just their iPhone and it's locked off, but then you're looking at this tiny screen. I've got the full setup here to use this because I want to make sure I'm conveying to everyone I talk to the quality that my brand brings. And your video is the exact same way. Audio quality, most important part. Listen, if you're going to have to use your iPhone to make a piece of content, get a mic. Get a lavalier mic. Don't have it coming down your shirt to the iPhone. It's a 10-foot long cable. That's annoying to deal with, and it's going to make you look fussy and not look good. Get an actual wireless microphone that can attach to your iPhone like a lavalier and use that. Or whatever your solution is. Don't skimp on audio. You can watch, and this is a good example right here, because I thought we had the audio covered earlier, and it doesn't sound like the audio probably came through as quality as it should. Those videos lost 80% of their power because the audio wasn't that great. You can watch a crap video with great audio, but not vice versa. And lighting, of course, as well. Use your natural light so that way you can actually get good quality exposure. And above all else, guys and gals, if you've got the funds, if you've got the desire, just hire a professional. Let people be great at what they're great at. Let them build and create great media for you. You know, I'm not saying hire me, but if you want someone that does it right the first time, I'm happy to help. Now, big thing when you're hiring videographers, make sure you keep on them and they know what they're doing. There's a lot of that going around. I know we're getting close on time, so this is basically logistical flow, how we use things. Facebook advert, did they engage, retargets, all that fun stuff. What we use for our CRM, this has all the email marketing, SMS, unlimited sales funnels, site builder, call tracking, surveys and forms, booking and appointments, pipeline management, white label, desktop service, everything, all in one for what we use. And basically, this is one of our logistical flows we have going for Friend, or for our company, Boss Display. This is what we're implementing for them coming up. Advert will hit, say they don't engage, hits them another advert. Say they do engage, they go on a trigger on the site. If they happen to interact with the brand content video, it leads to ask them for contact us. If they don't, it feeds them more videos. If they bounce, it feeds them another retargeted ad that's different. All of these things are really, really, really simple to do with video, easy to engage. Cool. So it looks like we've reached the end here. All right, so perfect. We're off a screen share, it looks like. Good. So Keith, we go into Q&A now, don't we?
Yeah. Hey, it's interesting.
Now I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
What's going on? Hold on, my ear. Did it activate my AirPods?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No, can you hear us now?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, good. Hey, this is a perfect example, people. He got on early. We tested it. It worked well when we tested it. But, you just got to be able to recover. And he did a good job. So that's just life. It's just part. And he's a videographer. So,
Yeah, well, lesson learned. Won't be using this setup again.
It happens. Couple of good things out of this. One of the comments you made, I always make even before video was, what do they say about you when you're not in the room? And I think one of the things that videos allow you to do, I love the idea of a video business card, is what are people saying about you and your organization and your business when you're not in the room? And that video thing, when it's done right, man, I want one of those flaming business cards. I know that. I don't know how you did that. I want one of those. And I think it's so important to put emphasis.
$70 well spent.
Here we go.
Built into the wallet.
But I just like, we are now video oriented. A year and a half ago, I don't know if any of us would have been sitting here like this. But the world has changed. We have to make adjustment. John is doing, for a while there, John was doing video real estate tours. Come on. So, I think this is just part of what we do and what we're going to have to adjust to. Well, anyone have any questions for Jakob at this time?
Yeah. Oh, is Jakob's contact information in chat, or where can we get that?
No, I was going to tell him, Jakob, I will be sending it out, obviously, but Jakob, if you would go ahead and put your contact information in the chat, I'd appreciate that. But as usual, when we send out the video, it'll also be included in that information. Okay.
Right. What's a good referral? Is it just anybody who's interested in getting a video done, or are there specific types of prospects that are good?
For specific type of prospects, we really are after a lot of blue collar industries, right? So think your roofers. Think your buddy that has maybe a team of 3 roofers and they're busy, but they need that next level, right? So we've taken a lot of roofing industries, especially, and gotten them from, we have 2 teams and we're making X amount of revenue to, and it's like, can you handle 10 to 15 extra leads a month? Well, I mean, if we brought on 2 extra teams, sure.
and they do that, and we get them soaring. So a lot of blue collar industries, custom home builders, that is one that's what we're really after right now. We're trying to get in a meeting with one coming up. But really, if basically you have to look at the end of the day is this: if it's somebody that has enough capital and devotion to their business to showcase it and have the full logistical marketing flow. So anyone that could basically have an agency, but an agency that actually produces results. A lot of these agencies, they don't really do very good. I've noticed in my area at least. But yeah, so for the most part, blue collar industries is one we want, but anyone really that has the sincere desire to grow their business and visually showcase why they're the best at it is kind of what we're after.
Anyone else with another question for Jakob?
Don't be shy.
Yeah, I got a couple of questions. What do you consider a good length for one of these?
A good
videos?
length?
Yeah, how many
No
minutes,
more than
how many
2
seconds,
minutes.
etc.
No more than 2 minutes for a logistical ad. Mold Test Company wanted a full minute, and I tried to tell them otherwise. It still performed well, but for logistical ad, no more than 30 seconds. For a piece of brand content, no more than 2 minutes. And for an educational, it's kind of flexible because if you're giving value to somebody and you're teaching them something, if you explain it in 1:50, but it takes 4 minutes to actually go through the process, might have some problems. So 2 minutes, I'd say, because the attention span of human beings are just getting shorter and shorter and shorter every year.
Yeah, I know about that short attention span stuff, so it's not an issue here. So when you do what you do, how does your fee structure work? You obviously have to go on site.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a minimum that you would charge someone, or is it negotiated? How does that piece of it work? Because money matters.
Oh, totally. Yeah, it does. It's kind of hard to make that because it's about like for those of you that have ever done any blue collar work, like homing, remodeling, and stuff like that, we kind of have to have a conversation about it. Now, I would say this: we don't do videos pretty much for less than 1,500. That's like bare minimum. Like if someone doesn't have that to devote to their business, then they're probably not going to get the full what they need. We're moving away now. Before we were doing videos regardless if they did logistical business or not, whether they did the business intelligence plans and took in things like the CMR, customer relationship manager, and things like that. We're kind of moving away from that now. We'll still do it occasionally, but really we don't really want to be the person who comes in, clicks on a video, and that's it. We want to be the one that distributes it for you as well, because the truth is every business owner thinks they can do it. And every single time they've done it, and there have been my brand partners, they've gotten no success because they think they're going to be YouTube stars. Or it's just put in badly on the website. It takes 15 minutes to find.
Yeah, those are just realistic things. Every business owner thinks every business owner thinks they're a genius in every area. I've been guilty of that. So I think that hiring a professional that gets you the results that you want, that ends up being successful in many cases. In most cases, and that's why we're on the video right now. We sell a particular targeted service that we know we can do better than what you probably think you can do it, right? I think John will probably sell a house better than I will. It's that simple. So, that's the one thing we want to keep in mind. You target blue collar people. How do you do your outreach? Like most of the guys I've ever worked with, blue collar. My dad was blue collar. They go, I don't need that stuff.
Yeah, we get a lot of that too. But the thing is, it's great is now, especially now, people are beginning to open up more, even the blue collar industry folks, because that's why I like working with them. They're like me. Like I'm from Southern Ohio. My voice doesn't sound it right now, but get a few beers in me, and I'll start to sound a lot more. The twang comes out, so I can relate with them. Our primary outreach is I do a lot of in-person networking. Like as silly as this thing is, Magic is what I use as my networking tool now, because the second I have that and I catch somebody's attention, and then luckily I'm kind of social affluent, somewhat social affluent. I can get in there and begin to build that trust. We always start with, like, we don't just go, oh, I've got the perfect thing for you. I've learned my lesson on that one. We build relationships first, and then if they feel they want this or that, then yeah. But our primary cold outreach right now for ads, we run a lot of LinkedIn ads. So we target people in those industries and hit them on that. And then we're doing Facebook as well with a targeted group. So basically, we've taken an amalgamation of emails and information data, crunched it into a lookalike audience, and it hits them, and then they have the opportunity to basically set up appointments to contact me, sends them SMS to follow up, all of the stuff we've got in our customer relationship manager that really makes it special.
Okay. Anyone else have any additional questions for Jakob?
I have a question.
What's up?
So, and I've had this conversation with other like videographers, but how do you, I always feel like it comes down to getting the person over the fear of being in front of the camera, right? So how do you help them through that?
Well, now let's say, for example, I'm doing an interview. Let's say you're in the hot seat. First thing I usually like to do, now we didn't have this opportunity example with testimonial video. I like to sit them down, because people, they do this jig as they stand there. Like, if they have to stand, first off, tell them to focus on their feet and imagine they're rooted to the ground. Like, dig their toes into their shoes. Sounds ridiculous? Works. Now, to get them comfortable, first thing I do is I don't have them talk to the camera. Like, I'm doing that right now. I'm not looking, I can kind of see my peripherals down below here, but I'm looking right into the lens, and I'm just good at that. If they have to speak into the lens, which 90% of the time my people do not, and that's because I interview them and they talk to me, and I use eyeline to basically make things look right? But if they have to look in the lens, I have them imagine looking in the reflection. They're inevitably seeing off the lens, and imagine that it's the face in that reflection is the face of somebody they're very comfortable talking with on this subject, and they're just speaking their information, talking about their brand, talking about what they do, just to that person. But 90% of the time, I've got them set up on the right thirds of the frame. I'm standing to the left of my camera. Eyeline goes cross, and I'm interviewing, and they're talking to me, and then we cut out my questions that I'm asking as the director and as the guy crafting the full circle story basically from them. We cut that portion out and then use B-roll and punching in and out in second cams to take that out and make them sound super fluid.
Okay.
Any additional questions for anyone? Okay. But hey, Jakob, this has really been interesting. We have been we've been educating each other about what videos should look like. It's good to get a professional in here to talk to us about it. Some of us are doing a lot of video outreach. I still have clients. I've got a couple of clients that don't want to talk to me. They do video me though, which is weird to me, and I'm getting kind of used to it. But now COVID has had its effect, and also I'm trying to educate myself about how to do better outreach for those things that I want to do that involve video, and it saves a lot of time. My God, it saves a lot of time. Go ahead.
Here's something I meant to give away. I'm sorry to interrupt. And you mentioned outreach. Start trying this and testing this, folks. This is how you can implement something simple. How many of you know GIFs? I don't need to raise your hand. I know all of you know what GIFs are, hopefully. How many know you can make GIFs?
Oh.
Probably not many. Go get the GIPHY app, the Giphy, the official GIF app, and you can use your live photos from your iPhone or little videos you have that you make with your phone. What I do is whenever I meet someone at a networking event or I follow up with somebody, I send a little picture of me out in my patio, my balcony going, and then under it, the waving letter, it says, "Great to see you. Can't wait to connect again." And I hit that in my email. First off, people want to know, how the heck did you put a video in your email? And no one can do that because you can't. But it's a GIF, so it works and shows up in the email, right? So use that tidbit, test it out. I promise you, start using GIFs and like live actual, and make it yourself. Don't just grab like a Highlander GIF and think that's going to work. I don't know, but make your own, make it unique, make it something to connect with people. But sorry, I need to get that nugget away, but I got pressed for time.
Hey, that's no problem. And if you can put that, if you can email me that and also put it in the chat room, I'd appreciate it. But also email it to me, that information, Jacob, and I'll be sure to distribute that among our people here. No problem at all here. So, man, it's been a really interesting, once again, I hate to leave the concept of educating us because we are learning some things, but we also got to start making money.
Tell me about it. I understand.
That's right. We got to start making money. So, we're going to refocus on making sure that we network, we do the exchanges, we do the interactions, but like little things like this, like making a Giphy or GIF or whatever that thing is, I'm going to spend 40 minutes figuring that out because I want to know
it's great.
What is the best way for me to introduce myself to my clients. So, Jacob, if you'll send that to me in the email, and also, like I say, if you can, put it in the chat, I'll make sure that we do our outreach. Just a reminder,
there we go.
Jacob, thank you so much for working with us this week. It's been really, really interesting. I enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Our speaker next week will be Mr. Cowan. We will not have a meeting the week of the 29th. And then we'll start back up again starting first week in August. We have a very interesting speaker coming up. They're going to be talking about death. I know no one likes to talk about that, but death is part of life. As crazy as that sounds, death is part of life. So with that, what I'd like to say, Mr. Cowan, please.
Thanks for waiting.
Go ahead, Jerry.
The talk next week is going to be controlled largely by the questions people ask. So start assembling your questions, and I'll have a few I don't knows, but hopefully I can answer many of your questions. Thank you.
And just to add, if you'll send me any questions you have, I'll make sure that I forward them to Gerald. So, and my email is always on all the communications. So I will have some questions preset for Gerald. But also, if any of you or anyone else has any questions, get them out to me. I'll make sure that Gerald gets them in advance. With that, people, thank you so much for visiting us this week. I'm catching a plane as soon as I get off of this thing. I'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me. Have a good one, y'all.
Not a problem.